Il grande giorno, the big day. This is how Corriere dello Sport is opening their front page today because yes, Serie A is finally back. I couldn't wait anymore. Too long. We are back with all the games today. Wednesday the 4th, we are waiting, of course, about one game. No, I'm not speaking about Inter Napoli. We are speaking about Cremonese versus Juventus, with Juventus that has no excuses anymore. Juventus needs to go there, go back with the train, and bring the 3 points back. We'll speak about Serie A, we'll speak about Juventus. Stay with me on the channel, maximum of likes, subscribe. We go. Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. I hope you're all doing well and as thrilled as I am for the return of Serie A. We waited and we had to watch Premier League, Liga, La Liga. Finally, it is our way of playing. It is our turn to play today with Cremonese Juve a bit later today, but we start of course with Salernitana Milan. Attenzione, because at the end of the day, the last game played today will be Inter Napoli. The big game if you are a neutral Serie A fan. A game that will tell a lot, that will also actually involve Juventus in a way. Whatever the result, they will do between the Nerazzurri and the Partenopei. Guys, Tuttosport is opening with Inter, perfino la Juve tifa per te. Inter, even the Juventini are supporting for you. Guys, it's the first game of 2023. Let's not exaggerate. Let's not exaggerate with Juventini supporting Inter. Would be totally crazy. In a way, I can understand why they're speaking about it. Because if we go back to the last time that we watched the ranking of Serie A, we know that Napoli is first with 41 points, Milan 33, Juventus 31, then you have Lazio and Inter at 30, right behind Juve. So what's happening? If Napoli is winning, they have plus 14 over Inter, which actually, to be honest, we would not mind. We would be happy. Inter in the mud. On the other side, we keep the 10 points different if Juventus is able to win versus Cremonese. And that's a lot. At a certain moment, they need to lose points. On the other side, if Inter is winning, well, we have the opportunity to reduce that chase and that run towards the first spot. Who are the three last one at the moment? Verona, Sampdoria, and also Cremonese that we will play against today. Cremonese that didn't win a single game in Serie A this season so far. Attenzione, the last time we spoke about the team that didn't win playing versus Juve, it was Monza, and we all know how it finished. 1-0 for the red team of Berlusconi and Galliani. So hopefully we don't assist, we don't watch today the first victory in Serie A of Cremonese this season. Matchday 16, I already told you about the opening game, Salernitana versus Milan. I told you about the last game, Inter Napoli. But in the meanwhile, a lot of other games will be played. Sassuolo Sampdoria, Spezia Atalanta, Torino Verona, Lecce Lazio, Roma Bologna, Cremonese Juve. Our game, in the same game, same time, we will also see Fiorentina versus Monza, then Inter Napoli, and the last game, Udinese versus Empoli. Guys, let me know your prediction about match day 16 for the people that are playing Fanta Serie A. Don't forget to update your team before the kickoff of Salernitana Milan, or it will be too late. Gazzetta dello Sport is saying torna lo scudetto. The scudetto is back. They are showing Inter and Napoli because they are playing today, but also if you are following a bit the narrative of the last days, weeks, months of Gazzetta dello Sport, for them Inter and Napoli are the favorite ones for the Scudetto, even if in between you have still Milan and Juventus. Anyway, are they speaking about Juve a bit? They are saying that Di Maria will not be there. A lot of questions around the start of Serie A because I watched Premier League, Liga and La Liga. A lot of surprises there with Liverpool losing points, Manchester City losing points, Paris Saint-Germain losing a game versus Lens. Guys, there are a lot of surprises. The small teams had all the time of the world during that World Cup to prepare the start of their own league. So pay attention, there are no small teams, a lot of question marks. 5 questions taken by Gazzetta dello Sport. The first one is, how will the players come back after that World Cup? There are some players that will be really sad and probably give up mentally because they were eliminated in the World Cup. Some players that won the World Cup and maybe they are super happy, too happy to still give a lot of energy on the field. They will have to switch back, and that's a really big question mark. How will they react? The second question is about the injuries. referees, because if Juventus, we know our state, a lot of other clubs having a lack of players available, like Milan, for example, with still Ibrahimovic anyway, but Maignan, for example, a big loss for them because they are missing their best goalkeeper. A lot of teams are missing players. The only team that is doing quite well in terms of injury, congrats to them, is the one that is at the moment leading Serie A. It is Napoli, that have nearly all their team at disposal to continue their run. Alone there on top of Serie A. Someone will need to stop them. Even Inter lost some players like Brozovic in training. The third question is about the adaptability. We saw a lot of teams switching in the same games from a 4-man defense toward a 3-man defense. Remember that, because Cremonese is one of the teams that is able to change, and we are evolving. Football is evolving. The formation, the starting for a lineup of a 4-3-3, 3-5-2 is not the same anymore for 90 minutes. In the same game, you have to start to be a tactical genius, because you have to understand the moments of the game where teams are changing. So that's a new thing that is now, from now on, 2023 until I don't know how many years. So pay attention to that one. The fourth question is about the physical condition. How will they be on the field? Our players, Max Allegri yesterday in press conference, he said how important the subs will be, because it is important. We will play a lot of games in a row. And the last one is about how the referees will whistle. We all assisted to the 10, 14, 15 minutes additional minutes, injury minutes during the World Cup. We need some uniformity on the penalties. Looks like they will not whistle anymore the small penalties. Let's see how long they will have that uniformity in the referee decision. We speak now about Juventus with Tutto Sport saying Juve non ti serve Di Maria. Di Maria, you don't need him. You don't need him. Why? Because it's true that he played only 380 minutes on all the minutes that were available. Red card versus Monza, where he didn't even play one half time, and then all the injuries, another injury. I don't know if it's the one that he already had in Argentina, but apparently he received a knock yesterday, a contusion as the right ankle, and he will miss today, but also Udinese is at risk. If there is one thing that we can count about, or at least that we Juventini want to see on the field, is that grinta. Why? Not only to recuperate 10 points from Napoli, but because for us Juventini, since the 28th of November, we hear so many negativity thrown on Juventus from the anti-Juve world. We know it. The plusvalenza profit case, and the UEFA case, and this case, and the money for Ronaldo. Looks like he have not enough money at Al Nassr, and so on and so on and so on. Well, I hope that Massimiliano Allegri and the team, they were able to stick together and they show on the field what we want to do. We want to speak about on the field. We want to speak about football. So we spoke too much about the extra thing. Let's focus there. And we start again today, and that's what we want to see. How will we play? Well, without Di Maria, with Paredes will probably not play, but he's there, he travels with the team, will be on the bench. Pogba and Vlahovic still out. The good news since Allegri spoke yesterday was that towards the end of the month, all the players should be back. Well, except of last minute changes. And since he said that, 5 minutes later, Di Maria was already injured. Speaking about Mercato, a few before going to the starting lineups, well, Aston Villa wants McKennie. After Dortmund, after Bournemouth, and McKennie said no to Bournemouth, Aston Villa is in the run. Can that be a good team for Weston McKennie? Can Weston McKennie bring us some money? Possibly. Apparently, the rumors are saying that if McKennie is sold, we don't even need to reinvest money on a midfielder. So forget about McAllister, forget about Sergej Milinkovic-Savic in January. We give an continuity and chances and opportunity to Fagioli and to Miretti. So, starting lineups. Tutto Sport is going with an easy one, the most safe one if you are thinking about Max Allegri, with Szczesny into the goal, the three Brazilian defenders, Danilo, Bremer, Alexandro, then McKennie on the right side. Hey, we were speaking yesterday about the balls, the dare to try Barbieri or the conservative choice of McKennie. Well, Tutto Sport is going for the conservative, with McKennie, Fagioli, Locatelli, Rabiot, Kostic, and then Milik and Moiskin. That should be the most normal one, the most easiest one. Gazzetta dello Sport is going with a bit more balls, I have to say, because they go with a strange lineup that says Perin in the goal, resting Szczesny, Gatti, Bremer, Danilo, what I told you yesterday in the two videos. I don't believe in the 3 Brazilian ones starting in the back. SOULE has been tested yesterday as the right winger. Up and down, like he started the game versus Reika. Attenzione to SOULE. Yesterday I told you he will play. I was thinking as a second striker. Here they are putting him on the right side. McKennie, Locatelli, Fagioli, and then Kostic up front. Again, Miretti behind Milik. Why not Keane? A lot of people, they stayed and they remained in November when he was bagging goals. Well, apparently Moise Keane was not performing that well during the 3 friendlies. Maybe he lost a bit of his shape, of his magical touch. Maybe starting on the bench could be good for him so that he realized that he needs to do more game in, game out. Again, those are possible lineups. Let me know which one you prefer. We finish with the tactical information about Cremonese, how they are playing. Well, they are playing with a 4-man defense, but not a 4-man defense that is going aligned. It's a 4-man defense that is following one-on-one their men. So it's a defensive line that is actually not always lined up with 4. So we have to be really intelligent, because doing that, it's great for them because they are always men marking their men. But on the other side, they are giving opportunities to go between the lines. Important for Juventus. The second image is showing you that sometimes Ser Nicola on the right side of the field is going up, and they remain with a 3-man defense with the left winger that is going centrally to support that team. We spoke about it a bit earlier. Teams that are adapting into the game for a 4-man defense towards a 3-man defense. Then you see that third image with a team of Cremonese that was playing versus Milan that not always is going super high on the field, pressing a lot. That's not always what they are doing against the big teams. They wait. They form a block. So if Juventus today, they decide to be a boring team, well, attenzione, because it could be potentially a really boring game. So let's see if Cremonese, they will go out or not. Attenzione, because it's a team that is not using a lot of passes to go in front of the goal. They have the 2 players that had the most attempts on goal without scoring. We are speaking also about Zanni Macchia, our ex-player, or at least he's on loan to Cremonese from our team. So attenzione, because 2 strikers with the most attempts without scoring. Let's hope that they will not start today. And then the 4th image, what I was telling you, is Bonaiuto. He's playing as a number 10. He can play on the left and on the right. He's also super free to find his position. Attenzione to him, because Ser Nicola on the right side with Bonaiuto that is supporting him or going to the other side can be super dangerous for Juventus. That was it for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Tactical explanation, also the lineups, and then we spoke about the return of Serie A. Put a maximum of likes, subscribe to the channel. Grazie, forza, Juve.